If you're an auto broker, this is the only strategy that you need to maximize the amount of leads that you get from marketing your brokerage on Facebook and Instagram. It's no secret that you should be on social media and running ads if you want to take your brokerage to the next level. But there's one aspect that a lot of people tend to brush over that can make the difference of getting 50% more leads. And that missing piece of the puzzle is content. You need to be running both ads and making content if you want to be getting the highest amount of leads possible and not leaving any money on the table. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you why. But before I get into it, I'd like to quickly introduce myself. My name is Mohammed, and my team and I here at Flagship Media are the only marketing company in the world that specializes in working with auto brokers specifically to help you get more leads, sales, and scale your brokerage. And I'm talking about auto brokers specifically, not dealerships and a few brokers on the side. We've helped our clients generate over $800,000 in the past 14 months alone, so it's safe to say that you can trust us when it comes to helping you grow your business. We make content here on YouTube and Instagram to help you grow, so make sure you subscribe to this channel and follow us on Instagram. If you'd like to speak to us directly and seeing how we can help you grow your brokerage, I left the link in the description of this video that will allow you to schedule a call with us to speak with either me or somebody from my team directly. But that's enough about us for now. Let's get into the video. So as I mentioned earlier, you want to be investing in both ads and content, but the journey really starts with ads. So when you're advertising on Facebook and Instagram, because of the fact that you're paying for them, you're going to get views no matter what. These views will give you engagement on your socials as well as help you generate leads when you're running lead generation campaigns. Leads are people that are going to opt in to share their name, phone number, and email with you because they want to inquire. The customer journey when you're running ads consists of two options. You're going to have people that become leads right away, right? So let's call them instant leads. And then you have people that will see your ad, but they won't click on it right away. So let's say they are leads in need of nurturing. The reason for that is because they simply just don't trust you yet. Whether you have your face in the ad or whether it's just your company in general, this is the first time that you've shown up in front of them. And your ad might be really good and they're interested, but they just need a little more. This is where you're gonna have your content come into play. And keep in mind, by the way, a majority of the people that see your ads are going to be people that need to be nurtured right away. If you look at the ratio of reach and impressions that you get in comparison to leads that convert over, it's going to be thousands of people that actually see your ad versus anywhere from like tens to maybe hundreds of leads that actually come in. The reason for that is because, as I mentioned, majority of people need a little more for you to gain their trust, for them to become a lead, in comparison to those that see your ad, they don't ask too many questions, they click on right away. This is why the content is such an important piece of the puzzle. If you rely only on ads and you don't invest on content, sure, you will get your fair share of people that come in as instant leads, but then the people that need to be nurtured, if they go on your page and you don't have content, you don't have anything that can capture their attention and keep them hooked, you simply miss out on them. And that's how you're leaving so much money on the table if you're not doing content. Now let's talk about the content itself. So people are going to see your ad, and what happens most of the time when they need to be nurtured to learn a little more about you is they click on your Instagram or Facebook page username. So the ad, you're gonna either have the instant leads or the leads that don't need to be nurtured. These people will then click on your Instagram handle and your Facebook page. Now these are really the main two platforms where if you're making content, you want to be sharing it on. Now, when they go on these pages, they can either be greeted by one of two things. It can either be a completely empty page that has nothing to keep them really attracted. So the second they click on, they see nothing and then they leave. Or they could be greeted by a nice library of content, photos, videos, whatever media you have that will keep them hooked. The benefits of that are the following. Number one, when you have content posted, you leave a good impression. So this is a good impression in terms of the fact that you are a business that invests in your online presence and you make an effort to show your customers that you're there for them. You're going to give them information to gain their trust. You're not just expecting people to come in and walk into a sketchy looking online presence. You're willing to give them all types of media, all types of proof, all types of information that they need in order for you to gain their trust. Second benefit of having your content up is you take up more of their mental real estate. Take up more mental real estate. Now this is beneficial because the more content that you have, the bigger library of content that you have, the more time that this lead spends on your page, the more mental space that you take up in their head. And this is good for you because even if they're not ready to pull the trigger on the spot, once they are in the position in which they're thinking, you know what, I need a car. There was this brokerage that I saw an ad for. Oh wait, I spent like half an hour scrolling through their funny videos and their photos and their testimonials. They're going to come back and reach out to you. So that is the general idea here, right? It's very simple. You do ads and content because for the people that see your ad and come in right away, great. But for the people that don't, which is going to be a majority of your audience, you want to still capture them. How are we going to capture them? By giving them all the information they need through content so that down the line when they do see your ad again, whether it's through the repetition effect or through retargeting, they will click on it. This investment alone in content, as I mentioned earlier, gets you over 50% more leads. If by doing ads itself, you only get 10, by doing content, you'll get an extra 10 leads on top of it. So you get a total of 20 or maybe even 25. But to add on, having this flywheel effect in which people see your ad and they click on it, and if not, they go into your content, but then after they see your content, they go into your ad, gives you other benefits as well. One of them being lower lead costs. So lower lead costs. The reason for that is because when people see your ad and they need to be nurtured and then they go on your page and they spend time on it, the algorithm picks that up as a bit of what you would call favoritism. You post good content, you have posted something that has allowed that particular lead or viewer to stay on Instagram longer, and that's what Instagram wants. So because of that, the algorithm is now going to favor you. It's going to push your ads to more people for the same amount of money, and in turn, by being exposed to a bigger audience, you get cheaper leads. To add on to this whole flywheel effect, another benefit is the fact that going down the line, you won't have to rely on ads as much. So let's write that down real quick. Not relying on ads as much. The reason for that is because as you continue to post more content and build your brand, let's say, and you get more engagement, that engagement within itself, because of the favoritism effect, I don't know if that's the exact name, I'm just calling it that for now. Because of the favoritism, the algorithm will then take your organic content or the organic photos and videos that you've posted and then push that out to even more people. When those people that will be your ideal audience anyways, because the algorithm will start to identify who likes your content over time, will want to engage with your account, want to inquire with your business, and now instead of them having to wait to see your ad to click on it, and then that will be a lead that you get charged for in your ad spend, what they will now do is just call your business directly because you have your phone number in your bio. Or if you have a link in your bio, they're going to click on it and they're going to fill out the contact form. If you have a contact information collection form, they're going to go on that, and now you just generated an organic lead through the organic content instead of having to have paid Facebook for it because you got them through the lead generation campaigns that you're running. But it doesn't end there, because along with the fact that you're posting content to get more leads and to get a cheaper cost per lead, you're also building a brand over time. So let's write that down as well. Brand building. Excuse my horrible handwriting. So the brand building is valuable to you as well because of the fact that as you continue to grow your company and build it down the line and people want to know more information about you, the traditional way of the traditional platform that you always would send people to when they wanted to know more information about your company was your website. But now you have a lot more to offer them, because when they go on your Instagram, not only is it a platform that more than 1 billion people are comfortable with and familiar with, so they can easily go on there and have easy access to it, but at the same time, you can share more media with them than your website. On your website, you would have had maybe a few videos, a few photos. The majority of it was going to be text, and you're expecting somebody to sit there and read through the text. Whereas with your Instagram now, they can watch videos, they can see photos, they can scroll through the collection of photos to see your testimonials, your programs, and this is a lot more easily consumable, and it leaves a better impression on people because we're in a generation now where everything is videos. People don't want to sit down and read anymore. They'd rather have a face like this talking to them and listening and hearing the message that's being delivered rather than having to read something, especially given that people's attention spans nowadays are a lot shorter. So it's much easier for somebody to consume a video and collect information that way instead of expecting them to go on your website and read 30 minutes worth of your copywriting. Another benefit that is important to mention from posting content along with the ads that you run is you get a lower CPM. So let's write that down as well. Lower CPM. So a lower CPM, or CPM itself, means the amount of money that you pay Facebook for every 1,000 views. But what differentiates for different advertisers the cost between it being high and being low is how much your audience likes your content. Obviously, the more that people like your content, the more that they engage with it, the more that you rather force people to stay on Instagram, the lower CPM that you get as kind of a reward to from Facebook and Instagram, saying you've gotten more people to stay on our platform, we like that, so here's the reward for you. Lower amount of money that you have to spend to get the same amount of views. Whereas if you make content that not anybody wants to watch, as a matter of fact, you're causing people to get off the platform because they hate it so much, you have to spend more money now. So with the ads and then with content and then forcing people to stay on your Instagram page more, you have now given the algorithm reason to reward you by giving you a lower CPM. So now you spend less money to get more views, more results, more leads, and overall continuously pushing the flywheel effect. Now all of this is great, right? Because up until this point in time, you actually understand how the effect works. People see your ad, they either become leads right away, or for the ones that don't, they go see your content and you nurture them to become leads over time. But now you're thinking to yourself, well, me making content is a task that I have to continuously engage in. So what content do I make about? And I actually have a list prepared for you on types of content you can make that will continuously keep you busy. And it's only really 3 or 4 types of content that if you continuously cycle through them, you'll never run out of ideas to make for content. So the first one is client testimonials. Now, with client testimonials, All you have to do is the next time that you sell a car or the next time that you deliver a car to somebody, get a video or a photo of the car itself, you get a video or a photo of the customer with the car, and then also maybe ask them to speak to the camera about their experience with you. Now, not every customer is going to be comfortable with it, but the idea is that you put in the effort to get more of this types of media, because even if you try with 10 people, if a few of them say no, you will still get a few yeses. And realistically, all you need is one piece of media to post every single day. Or you might already be a broker that collects testimonials and content from the past. So all you have to do is just put them into a schedule to start posting these pieces of content. This does well for obvious reasons. If somebody is going on your account because they're suspicious on whether your service is good or not, but they see a bunch of people that have said, hey, I worked with John, I worked with Sean, I worked with whoever you are, and I had a great service, you now have gained their trust in giving them a reason to reach out, because if you've given a good service to somebody else, you're probably gonna do the same for them. So that's the first piece of content you can always post. And you'll never run out of client testimonials to post so long as you're selling cars and you're collecting those pieces of media to get on your Instagram. Next piece of content to make is programs. So as a broker, you obviously have access to a dealer network that gives you deals, programs, and sales every single month. So what you want to do, if you're not already doing this, is take those programs, create posters out of them, or create some sort of attractive media that advertises whatever the make, model, and monthly price of that car is, and then post it up. A lot of brokers that I've spoken to already do this, but for the ones that don't, please start doing it. Like I said, very simple. You take the make of the car, you take the model, you take the monthly price, let's say assuming $0 down or whatever the down payment is going to be, with tier 1 credit, and then you post it. This captures a lot of people's attention, because you have to understand that as a broker, the reason that people are coming to you instead of going to a dealership, aside from the concierge or the positive service that you give them or the convenience of delivering the car to their house, is because of the fact that they've been told you're going to give them a better monthly price on the car that they want than the dealership. So you need to actually show them that. If I'm coming to you because I want a Nissan Rogue, I know it's advertised at the dealership for like $600 a month, $600 to $700 a month. I want to come to you because I want to see that in your poster, you're going to give it to me for $400 or $500, obviously given how deep you have connections in the network. So second piece of content, programs. Once again, something you'll never run out of, because every single month, if you're in the proper dealer network, you will continuously get programs. So all you have to do is take those programs, put them on posters, and then post them up. You'll never run out of them so long as you're in business. Next piece of content to make are cinematics. So if you are someone that is good with a camera, good with editing, then this one is easy to you, and it should come naturally that whenever you have a nice car that you're delivering, or even like the average Japanese cars they saw many of, get a nice cinematic photo or video using even something as accessible as your phone. iPhones have a pretty good camera, Samsungs have a pretty good camera, or if you have a nice DSLR or mirrorless camera itself, use that. Get a cinematic clip that ranges anywhere from 10 to 30 seconds and post that. This is another mix that just does naturally even outside of the ideal lead and audience space, because of the fact that Instagram being a media platform for entertainment, people like to see videos of nice cars. So if you have something that is a German car or Italian car, something that's nicer, that's obviously always gonna look nice in videos. But even if you have the Japanese cars, if I am, let's say, somebody that's in a family and I'm looking for a minivan, or I'm looking for an SUV that you have shown me a nice video of, and that car looks, let's say, more appealing to me now than my idea of it, in which I only wanted it for utility, you've now caught my attention. So cinematics, once again, another one of the things that you'll never run out of. So long as you're delivering cars, it literally takes 10 to 20, 5 minutes to film one of these videos with your iPhone. So go on YouTube, search up how to film a cinematic video of a car, and start posting those. Last type of content that I recommend are company-based content. So company-based lifestyle content. This is where you give the viewers or the audience a chance to get to know you a little better personally, right? If they are coming to you in particular as the individual and they're trying to trust you, or rather they're supposed to trust you to buy a car from you, you obviously want them to know who they're talking to before they get on the phone with you. Me filming this video is an example of that. I want the brokers that are watching this to book in a call to speak with me directly. Now, some of you are going to do it right away without needing to see this video. Some of you need to, let's say, have me gain your trust first before you decide to commit to getting on a call with me. It's the same idea. The customer or the viewer wants to know who they're speaking to or who the company is or what your background is before they commit to getting on a call with you, because what if they just don't like you and it's a complete waste of time? So this is where company-based lifestyle content comes into play, and it really, really benefits you. And there is a whole variety of this that you can make. Like this, I think, is the one type of content that you will literally never run out of ideas of. One of the reasons for that being the fact that there are always trends that you can follow. So some of the examples of brokers that I've seen that do this successfully are the ones that see the online trends that are happening at the moment, and you can find millions of them on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and you just take them and you make an auto broker specific variation of them. So one that I saw do really well is one where you go around and you ask your staff what their car insurance rates are, or you ask them what cars they're driving. I've seen a bunch of dealerships do this and they've done really, really well with them. Another thing is general advice, right? So if you are, let's say, a one-man show as a broker and you have really good pieces of advice that you can give to people in terms of how, when, and the best way to buy a car, the best way to find a price, why they should even come work with you instead of a dealership. This also fits within the category of company-based lifestyle content. And then of course, if you have a nice office with a big staff and you guys have like weekly events or whatever, you want to show people that they're interacting with actual real people that are relatable and they can speak to naturally, instead of this big corporate dealership that's going to scam them out of all the money that they have. So between these 4 types of content, not only will you never run out of ideas, not only will you be able to capture more leads because you nurture them, but you also start to build a brand. If you have 100 pieces of this type of content, and I as a consumer go on your page, I now have a library of stuff that I can go through. I have a lot of stuff that I can use to make you take up more mental real estate in my head and more things that will make you leave a better impression on me as a customer and ultimately gain my trust to reach out to you to buy a car with you. Now, last honorable mention I want to make in terms of all the time that you're going to invest to make this content is in the case that somebody doesn't actually come across your ad again because of retargeting or because of the repetition, what you want is for people to be able to take action from the content or from your page itself. And this is why I highly recommend that in every post that you make, after you have the main caption, under it, put the call to action that you want them to take, and then put in the links in your bio or your Instagram DMs or whatever, a very convenient way for them to be able to reach out to you. So what that would look like is under every post that you make, in the caption under it, say, if you are interested in working with us, click the link in our bio. Or you can use this app that is called ManyChats, right? You might have seen it already where you tell somebody, comment the word whatever, and then it's going to automatically send them a DM. That is through a software called ManyChat. You can set up an automation in which you tell people, comment new car or whatever word that you want, and someone from our team will reach out. And our team will reach out. So once again, the name of the software is called ManyChat. You have people comment a certain word, and then from there it can take an action such as sending them an automated message, or it can send you a message letting you know that somebody's interested or whatever. The idea is that from the content, you want people to be able to take action in the case that they don't see the ad again. If you're someone that's not very tech savvy or you don't already, let's say, know how to set up an automation through ManyChat, the one that is easy accessible that a lot of people already do is leave a link in their bio. So if you've seen the video, you like it, you're reading through the caption, you know what, I'm thinking of buying a car with this company now, what do? I click the link in the bio. That's gonna take me to, let's say, a contact form, and it's gonna allow me to call you, or let's say you have your phone number in your bio, so people just call you directly. But once again, the idea is you wanna make up the most of all the viewership and all the engagement that you get. So you wanna be able to give people direct call to actions to take to reach you right away. Auto brokers, that's it for this video. If you watched this far, I hope you've gotten some value. Once again, I wanna mention that in the description of this video, I left the link for you to schedule a call with us directly. If you're ready to just have my team and I do everything for you because we're the experts and we've done this before for over 50 brokers across the country, click the link below, schedule your call to speak with us directly, and I look forward to hearing from you. See you in the next one.